Today we're gonna make one of my favorite winter fall soups, split pea soup. It's so easy. Here's all the ingredients. Gonna make some nice croutons as well. Let's get into it right now. Gonna divide them roughly in half. All right, guys, I like to go over all the ingredients. My eyes are a little watering from those onions. I'm just gonna talk about the most important thing. It's the ham bone, the smoked ham hock. You can buy like a regular ham bone, or you can buy these hocks, and these are so cheap. This is just to flavor the soup, and it's gonna give it a great smoky flavor. It's gonna be delicious. For the actual meat of the ham, I just cut up about a half a pound. This looks a little bit more, so I might not use it all. You know, I bought a ham from, I think it was from Costco. For the veggies, we're gonna just do a standard onion. So about 1.5 cups of onion, so that was just one medium onion. I took 3 celery ribs, which is about a cup of celery. We have about 2 cups of carrots. 1 cup of the carrots will be used for the initial saute, and then we'll put some more carrots in later. I like the texture of the soup to have the carrots and the ham pieces at the end. These are split peas. When you get your split peas, they come in 1-pound bags. Make sure that you go through them. I have garlic we're gonna put in there too. I have 1 bay leaf. We're not gonna overdo it on the spices. Again, guys, you don't need to. You know, I spoke about this in the lentil soup episode and it got so many comments. Got people riled up, I think. You know, you let the ingredients do the talking here, and that main ingredient is the ham hock, the smoked ham hock. That is what will make the soup delicious. You could also put this in any soup, lentils, or whatever. I have 4 cups of low sodium chicken stock. I have 4 cups of water over there. We might need a little bit more liquid. That's all that. I have 2, just ends of bread that I used, and we're gonna make really easy croutons with, that's just garlic powder, salt, and pepper. Now listen, you're probably better off making these like 30 minutes before the soup is ready, but we're gonna do them now because I wanna do it just in this order so I can get the soup in front of you. Just gonna use a couple tablespoons of olive oil. You could also use melted butter here for the croutons, but I think olive oil is easier. I have a 1/4 teaspoon of kosher salt and a 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper. And then I have about a 1/2 teaspoon, maybe a 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder. So really, really simple croutons we're doing here. Put a little bit more oil on. I do the croutons a little bit differently every time. I did them differently when we did the chicken Caesar salad. If you need 2 baking sheets, go for it. This is roughly 3 cups of cubed bread. If anything looks too dry, put a little bit more oil on them, but I think we're okay. 10 minutes is good at 350 in the middle of your oven, so it'll still stay soft on the inside and it'll be a little golden on the outside. I have a Dutch oven. This is a 6.5 quart. This will be more than enough room. You could use probably a 5 quart, it'd probably be enough. I'm gonna heat this up to basically about 4 out of 10. I'm gonna put some olive oil in here. It doesn't have to be extra virgin. You can use extra virgin if you want. And we're just gonna coat the bottom, probably about 3 tablespoons to a 1/4 cup. And then we're going to get our onions, our celery, and our carrots in. So that's about 1.5 cups of onion. Remember, we divided the carrots into about 1, maybe a little bit more than 1 cup each. We're gonna stir this to get them coated with the oil, and then we're gonna let this cook for about 10 to 15 minutes. We want these veggies to get very soft without putting a lot of color on them. All right, guys, here are our croutons, just 10 minutes in there, right there. Ooh, that's hot. You know, little soft on the inside. This one's a little harder, but these ones are definitely softer on the inside, like that. Okay, so just set these off to the side. Okay, it's been probably about 15 minutes on these vegetables. You can see maybe a little bit of color there on that onion. I don't really want that, but I was tending to my croutons, and that's fine. And if you find like you're getting a little too, you think you're getting a little hot, a little brown, you could also just put a little bit of water in there, just like an ounce, all right? And you'll hear it. And that'll just like kind of lower the temperature there a little bit. stop any of that browning, and then you can just continue to soften them up. It's been about 15 total minutes of cooking time for those veggies. I am going to put in the garlic right now. Let it cook in there for about a minute or two to release that flavor, that delicious flavor, into the vegetables. It's going to impart it into the soup. So here's our split peas, 1 pound of split peas, 1 bay leaf, 1 smoked ham hock. Okay. We're not going to take the meat off. We're using this strictly for flavoring. And then here is 4 cups of low sodium chicken stock. I have 4 more cups of water. I'm going to start with 2, and then we will just add more if we need it. Let's turn our heat to high right now. We want to bring this to a boil. Make sure you use your wooden spoon to remove any brown bits that are on the bottom of the pot there, but there doesn't seem to be much. No salt here, don't do it. The ham hock is a lot of salt. You're adding the salt right away with that. You can put some pepper in if you want to now, but I just wait till later. It's now boiling. I'm gonna lower this to about a 3 out of a 10. We wanna get this to a simmer, just a low simmer. I'm just realizing, you know, what is a simmer? That's a simmer right there, okay? It can even be a little bit lower. It's just like a little bit of bubbling, but that's kind of what you're looking for. So it might be a 3 out of 10 on yours. It might be a 2.5 out of 10. It's gonna go like that, leave it about an inch open, and then we'll come back again in 15 minutes for those carrots. I just wanted to show you what a simmer was. Let's talk about today's sponsor, Cometeer. I definitely rely on coffee to keep me going in the morning, and since I always prefer a proper brewed cup of coffee, I spend a lot of time making it. This isn't really the most convenient thing, but Cometeer is great because they provide a great tasting cup of coffee and ultra convenience. They source their beans from some of the top roasters in the world, and their process is pretty cool. They flash freeze their coffee as soon as it's brewed to lock in all of its incredible flavor. It's then delivered directly to your door, where it's stored in your freezer until you're ready to use it. 1 capsule makes a cup of delicious barista quality coffee. You simply melt a capsule with hot water and your milk of choice, and you're all set. Tara likes hers iced, and lately we've both been loving an affogato. Guys, this coffee really is incredible. We've been using it every day since we've ordered it. And now there's a Black Friday exclusive where you can get 1 free Barista's Choice sleeve when you use my code SIPANDFEAST at Cometeer.com. If you've been wanting to try Cometeer, now is the time. And a big thanks to Cometeer for sponsoring today's video. All right, so it's been about 15 minutes simmering. Now here is the other carrots that we have. I'm just gonna put these in too. I like a lot of carrots in this. I think it's really, really nice. I think the color contrast is good, but it's a better version of peas and carrots, right? than the one that your mom served you when you were a kid. We'll let this keep going in here. If you think you need a little bit more water, add it in, and we're just gonna let this simmer away with about an inch of the lid cracked. It's been about 60 minutes since we put those carrots in, so it reduced a lot even with having only about an inch of the lid cracked. I'll show you right now the consistency of it. There's still some texture in the peas, but we're gonna cook it a little longer because we gotta add the ham in there. So that's how that looks. So here's a 1/2 pound of cooked ham. We're gonna add it right in there. This is getting very thick now, so I'm gonna add a little bit of water in here. So probably, I got a kettle here, hot water. I'm probably gonna put about maybe a 1/2 cup to a cup's worth in there. So about 20 more minutes. I have my timer set right here, just to let that ham get hot and everything to cook through. It's done, I turned it off. You can remove your bay leaf, which I'm going to do. Remove the ham hock. Try to get any leftover stuff off of it. There's really not a lot of meat on here. It's not worth it to try to take it off. You can if you want. I'm gonna taste it right now. That is so delicious. That is exactly how I want my split pea soup to taste. All right, let's get the taste testers. Hello?
Hi.
Hi?
Hi.
You look like you've been sleeping, James. You ready for split pea soup? Yeah. All right, we're gonna do 1 bowl simply because I need more to take the photos after this, but I'm not gonna say anything, James. I'm not gonna say if it's good or bad. Let's let you try it first.
Okay. I love split pea soup. I'm just like not a big fan of croutons.
Oh, well, don't have the croutons then.
I know, but is that the whole point of the video?
No.
Why
The
don't you taste it separately?
Yeah, the croutons were not the whole point of the video.
Oh.
I put a little drizzle of extra virgin olive oil on top of those croutons right now.
Yeah, I could taste the olive oil.
Okay, you want to let mom have a bite? You can do your score right here. Don't show it. After you write it, turn it over, okay?
Do you have to like write anything about it? Or just...
No, just write a number 0 to 10 and then turn it over when you're done.
James,
okay?
did you get any ham in your little bite of split pea?
No.
You should try it with the ham.
I'm not influencing him in any way now. I'm not saying if I like it or if I don't. All right, I won't look. I'm not looking, no peeking. I'm excited. This is a better way, I think, to do it now instead of like taking a bite and being like, oh, this is the best, and then it really, they feel bad then, I think, if they don't give me a high rating. Though I don't think they do. I really don't think they do feel bad. I'm not looking.
Should I get my read?
Hold on, I gotta finish mine because this is really hard.
So let's turn them over. Right here. James, put yours down. Okay, what do we got? An 8 and an 8.5. All right. Wow, tough crowd.
I also gave it an 8.
Oh, 8.5. All right.
Oh.
2 8.5s.
You wrote it like a fraction.
Still tough crowd because
I
I thought that was amazing. Mama, why does it get an 8.5 and not a 10?
All right. This is really hard for me to judge because I'm trying to be critical, even though it is really good, and I would like gladly like sit in a corner and eat this whole bowl myself. So I think that the ham flavor is like kind of overpowering a little bit. But you know, when I make split pea soup, do I ever put ham in it?
You don't, and I personally don't like that you don't put the ham in it.
Okay, so we agree to disagree there. But
Yeah.
I like split pea soup without ham. Like I like it.
Well,
like,
I told them
vegetarian.
in the beginning. So for a vegetarian version, no chicken stock, no ham, and then smoked paprika would probably be the best
so
thing.
I think that's how I would like it. I will give those croutons a 10 out of 10.
Thank you.
They're delicious.
I actually got the same reading, but I think the complete opposite. I really like the ham.
Yo, you want more ham?
Yeah. It needs... No, it doesn't need it, but like I would want more pepper because I'm just...
Oh, well, you can add the pepper.
I just like a lot of pepper.
Man, he crushes me when I don't put the exact amount of pepper in every time.
And like the croutons, like I'm just not a big fan of croutons. It's so hard to chew, especially with like my braces.
Oh, okay. All right.
So the croutons get like... And also this isn't pasta.
Oh, no, it's not pasta. If it's not pasta, it automatically gets a 1.5 deduction, right? So I'm only operating out of an 8.5 if it's not pasta.
No, I'm just joking, but it's good.
All right.
It is really good. I think
I actually gave it an 8, but I was like, it's a little bit better than the 8, so I just wrote 1.5.
Thanks, James. Listen, guys, I know some of you are going to ask this question, so I'm going to tell you now. Yes, you can definitely use a pressure cooker, Instapot. It would be faster. You know, you're probably thinking, why do I got to wait that long? But, you know, this is kind of like you put it on your stove, you attend to other things. I know you have to stir it every once in a while, but there's not a lot to do here. It's just, you're just waiting for those peas to soften. Oh, and if you want to get really fancy, mix smoked paprika into olive oil and then drizzle that. So you have like your smoked paprika oil, and you could do a little squiggly thing. And then you could take a picture and put it on Instagram and impress your neighbors and everybody.
that sounds really good.
Right? Hey guys, welcome back. We're gonna make a delicious